Good day, everyone. My name is Kądzielska, and you are watching Poland Daily Culture. We are about to commemorate the 75th anniversary of liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau camp. But Polish President Andrzej Duda is not going to Israel for the commemorations. Why is that? Jonny Daniels, the head of From the Depths Foundation, is the one who revealed all the details of big international politics. Jonny, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So just let him explain what had really happened. It's such an important event, and the 75th anniversary, so it's a round anniversary, and it brings, making it so political, takes all attention away from the importance and the core of this event, and anti-Semitism and the Holocaust, which are not things to ridicule, are not political things that much, in a way that more about human nature, more about evil itself. Of the high importance, I would say one of the most important events in the 20th century, things which we really should treat with the biggest respect.
These events are sacred. They truly are. And even when you're discussing anniversaries, you know, my foundation held an anniversary on the 69th anniversary of the liberation, and people said, why don't you wait till the 70th? Why don't you wait till the round anniversary? And even back then, the reason why I did what I did and started my foundation 6 years ago was because even 6 years ago, I said, we will not have the opportunity for that much longer to have survivors with us. And already a lot of the survivors who came with us on the 69th anniversary are no longer with us. The next round anniversary, the 80th anniversary, in 5 years' time, how many of these survivors will still be there? Not that many. And really, when we have this opportunity to take world leaders, to visit these sites, to understand, to take them away from that, is massively problematic. And I really, really do not understand how this was able to happen and how it's happened. And again, I truly am thankful to President Duda for not going, because honestly, it's a sham what's happening there.
And could you explain me why Yad Vashem, which is an institution of a huge respect and a huge importance and is recognized all over the world, I would say, and their awards which they're given and the trees which they're planting it's the highest way to also give respect to people who are saving Jews. They allow such an event to be so politically involved, because when public just the public opinion will see Vladimir Putin going there and telling we should stop anti-Semitism and I don't know what he will say, that Holocaust was such a terrible event, then it makes it funny, it makes it stupid even in a way, knowing everything what Putin is doing all over the world. So we would say the answer would be, you know, give up prisons which you have in your own camps. And so it makes this anniversary just not true.
Well, look, I think that we also have to look at it in a few different ways. First of all, you know, the fact is that the Russian forces did liberate Auschwitz-Birkenau. So Putin absolutely has a right to speak and absolutely should be involved in the speeches and should have a platform of which to say what he wants. Hopefully he speaks with respect and decency, without changing history to suit himself. You know, and the fact is, obviously, the Russians did very many terrible things before, during, and after, right? But it doesn't take away from the fact that Putin does have a right to speak. The problem is that this really, you know, this should be taking place in Auschwitz-Birkenau, right? You know, the Polish government understandably does have issues with Putin today, and there was a tricky element in terms of how this is played. Now, the Polish government also, you know, were very careful in terms of how they invited or didn't really invite Putin. And Putin needed a platform, right? Because probably he wouldn't have, you know, who knows whether he would have been asked to speak here in Poland. So he wanted a platform. And my honest belief is that I don't believe that Yad Vashem went into this with a perspective of, let's play politics. I actually believe that Yad Vashem were probably played, because I can't see a scenario. You know, again, Yad Vashem, they are an incredibly important institution. They do remarkable work. And for them to take such a stance that is now being played by Russia in world politics in a very problematic position, they've also put the state of Israel in a bad position. Because the state of Israel is really careful in terms of dealing with Russia today. Russia is remarkably important for Israel. From the northern border with our northern neighbors and the Russian strength inside of the Middle East, in countries like Syria and Lebanon and even Iran and Iraq, all the countries to our northern border that we have major security issues with. Russia's a significant power. And even in Israel, and not many people know this, there's a young 20-year-old girl who was arrested in the Russian airport in Moscow for having like a few grams of marijuana that she'd mistakenly put in her bag whilst traveling. She's been thrown in jail for 20 years, a completely disproportionate response. Like, wild. Dozens of Israelis arrested in the airport in Moscow over the last couple of months, just to play with Israel as well. So this relationship between Israel and Russia and you know, Netanyahu and Putin, it's strong, but it's also very strained and also very careful. And what's happened here is not an easy situation for Israel either. Again, Israel shouldn't have allowed this to happen, but everybody's been pushed into a corner by a really bad decision of Yad Vashem to partner with a man like Moshe Kantor.
It is a great word to sum up that such events as anniversary of liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau camp shouldn't be that much involved into politics, but we should more focus on the event itself and to commemorate what really happened there. But it's important to understand what's happening right now in politics. So thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.